Hello. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you are looking good. I'm loving how you have that Zeta Navy in the background represented for your
Yes.
sorors. Very
Yes.
nice.
Pink for you.
Thank you so much. As you know, yes, I really appreciate that pink. As anytime I can, I try to get that pink and or green on the screen. So I really appreciate that you did that for me. I got a little bit of an olive green on today, trying to represent. Thank you so much. Well, hello world. I am so grateful that you're stopping by today. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Saunje Fertil, and I am the Charlotte Piedmont Triad Program Designer. That means I'm lucky enough to coordinate DOPE Saturdays for our dynamic, outcomes-driven, proximate, equity-centric DOPE core members. This is a time for us to connect, share, and grow at DOPE Saturdays. But I'm even more lucky to have one of our most committed alumni and DOPE Saturday facilitators here to answer 3 questions. And I'm going to let her tell you more about herself. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Sheree Boykin Rogers, and I'm a 2014 CPT core member, and I have the privilege of teaching increasing cultural competence in the classroom on DOPE Saturdays.
So, Sheree, the reason DOPE Saturdays are essential to me is because I think we need a space to develop our biggest value add to the profession, which is our cultural competence. Our students win because equity informs our practice. It's not just something we think about after crafting a lesson rooted in dominant culture. Why do you believe that developing cultural proficiency while learning to teach is important?
Well, personally for me, after being a part of DOPE Saturdays and seeing the added value of actually working with individuals and helping them to understand the culture around them and their students' culture, I see the benefit it would have for me going into the classroom. You already know your content, you know what you want to give a person, but knowing how to give it to them so it reaches them is such an added benefit. Also, just knowing that you understand your students and they know that you understand them better gives you a better bond and helps break some of those gaps that you have initially meeting your kids.
Cool. And as you mentioned, you believe in giving content in a way that reaches your students. And in your session for DOPE Saturdays, you share ways with our core members on how to make content matter to students, how to make it more relatable. Our core members love this session. Okay, they always say that they feel more confident about advancing equity through their teaching when they leave you. But also, you're just a lot of fun. So tell me why you think people respond so positively to you and the spaces that you facilitate.
I just allow them to be genuine and open in the space that is provided. I let them know that I'm still learning myself, so I learn from them as well as I want them to take something from me. And it's just really an area that you can realize that, hey, we can learn from each other. I allow for the mistakes to happen so that we can practice together. And it's just really comfortable. So I like to have fun. We work all day. It's fun for Saturdays.
Yes. Yes, indeed, indeed. And to be with people who are like-minded and share the same passions as you, it's something about that that's just so exhilarating and refreshing, and comforting too. So I'm thinking about the fact that anytime I'm looking to recharge with fellow catalysts, I never have to look far to find you. Like, you're always so eager to jump in, support, be a part of what we're doing in the network. What motivates you to stay engaged in the ed equity movement and do it with TFA?
I love what I found within TFA. You guys gave that hunger, but you also help feed it in any way possible. Do the project, the things that you do in the community is not an avenue that I can go out and find something to do. Also, just what we do as a movement, being a core member, we did things all the time. You have things for alum. And I always feel that with TFA, there's never a dull moment. So it just keeps me energized every time it's a new experience.
Yes, yes. And talking about that energy, I just wanted to reflect on the fact that you've been doing this since 2014, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, I find that our core members come in, as new core members, fired up and ready to make a difference. And it's interesting because they're always like, why haven't you all fixed this before now? Like, we're ready to change the world. I don't know what's taking y'all so long, why you're dragging your feet, but we're ready to do this. And then they get into the classroom, they start with their practice, and then they reach like this disillusionment phase, which many of them are in right now, where the systems feel so complex and almost too complex to break through, like just so layered. And so I'm just wondering, what would you say to a core member who feels doubtful at this point that they can even make an impact?
Don't give up. Like, that's just the first wall, just the first speed bump. It's just the first one. We're going to overcome that one. You have so many great things that we can get out of TFA. You have your coaches, you have myself as an alum, you have other teachers around you. TFA is a circle, but you have so many other circles you can be a part of. Please reach out. We want to help. Also, when you reach your children, trust me, in 3, 4, 5 years, my first set of 7th graders just graduated, and I see them working, and they're like, I remember you. I touched somebody. That is what you look forward to. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you are reaching someone. So just know that everything you do is being looked at, and not by your peers, by the students. And that's who we're here to reach.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sheree. So profound, so wonderful. Thank you so much. So I think we close out these interviews usually with the big silver linings question. I think that's our thing. But I want to just venture out a little bit here. There is a saying that Blackness has a silver lining. The silver lining being a sign of hope or a positive aspect in an otherwise negative situation. And then the negative situation is the Blackness. Well, I, for one, don't subscribe to the conflation of anything negative, death, everything bad with Blackness. In my opinion, Blackness is a silver lining. So as we use the month of February to highlight the celebration of Blackness and all of our contributions, Sheree, I'm going to change the term here from silver lining to ebony lining. What do you think about that?
Love it.
Yes. All right. So, Sheree, what would you say, or would you mind sharing what you consider to be an ebony lining to the past few months, or maybe even from last February until now?
Well, one of the biggest ebony linings that I see now is the strides that we as a nation have made with having more inclusiveness with everyone and making sure that everyone gets the seat at the big table now. This allows for open conversation and dialogue about the elephant in the room, which is the inequality that we're facing. Also seeing our first, not only woman, but woman of color in the White House as a vice president. Me personally, I'm in school now at Queen's University to finish my master's in leadership and education, which hopefully will be a principal. But now seeing this, I have, strides to maybe be a part of the school board or even, hey, superintendent one day. So, I know that it's encouraged me to go further in education and wanting to help. And I just hope that our young women and children of color see that, it's nothing but growth here. So it's just awesome to see.
Thank you. I can't think of a more beautiful shade of ebony there. That's a beautiful ebony lining. Thank you so much for sharing. And I also want to thank everyone out there for sitting in on our conversation. And I just want to ask everyone out there to reflect on what your ebony linings are throughout the day. Keep yourself happy. I know for a fact that over here it's a little bit gray, but I'm going to think about the ebony linings throughout the day. And Sheree, you started us off really well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day.